Okay, so let's talk about this book, The Giver, written in 1993 by the name of Lois Lowry. Now, I'm not talking about the movie. I'm actually talking about the book, The Giver. This book has been a common popular English assignment for all 6th graders through 8th graders. Let's see, so we're talking anywhere of the range of 11 to 14 years of age. And now this book has been banned in various schools and libraries all across the United States, and even some countries. Because we're noticing some really strange similarities between the dystopian book that was written by Lois and the way that the world is happening right now. So the story takes place in a society where all memories of emotions, love, and pain have all been erased. One of the main characters in the story is Jonas. He's given the gift of being the receiver of memories. So there's a character called the Giver. So the Giver transmits these memories to Jonas. As Jonas received these memories, he undergoes a significant amount of transformation himself. With colored, open eyes, Jonas begins to question the perfection of his society and the cost of utopia. So Jonas, his newfound abilities and understanding puts him now at odds with his eyes being open in color now, because everyone else and everything else is in black and white. He sees the society's strict rules and conformity, and he also understands the community's release process, which is actually euthanasia. So are we seeing eugenics? Is this what he was going through? Now in the book, they all took a pill to control their emotions. In the movie, they got an injection. Now, would that be something like the Mark injections? Neuralink? At one point in the book, Jonas actually seen his father have 2 babies that the father was nurturing. Out of the 2 babies, one weighed less. So he was euthanized elsewhere, which Jonas found out later was only being euthanized simply for the control of any and everyone that they don't have a use for or just want to take out. Old people, babies. Now, wouldn't that be world domination, just to have the power to control all nations? So if the intent is to control and or eliminate people, I'm just thinking, would that not be considered genocide? Because genocide is a term used for a group of people trying to terminate part of the population and eliminate them for whatever reason that they see or deem fit. They don't care. Well, Peter Thiel, co-founder of Palantir, seems to have a different opinion. Now, he thinks that building this AI, that it can take over and defeat the Antichrist? Let's not forget that he strongly agrees with the one world government, global totalitarian, confinement, not to mention the already approval of the 15-minute cities that are going up. You guys better be on the lookout. AI platform that is being built is actually being used in our Department of Defense, our militaries. And with over 25 contracts just connected to his company alone, not including the NSA, the FBI, CIA, this is worth $322 million. And this is what the government is paying him to use his system at Palantir. Now, let's do a little homework. The Palantir, if it sounds familiar to some of you, you must like Lord of the Rings, because that's the exact name of the device, the stone that was used to judge the past, see into the present, or the future. And they feel that the Palantir software will do once again peace and safety, peace and security. In 1 Thessalonians 5:3, the Bible says, while people are saying peace and security, sudden destruction will come upon them suddenly, like the birth pains of a woman, and they will not escape. This verse warns when people think that they have everything under control, and the saying, peace and security, sudden destruction will come. It can come without warning. So we need to know and emphasize being spiritually prepared. Now, we also need to remember that Peter Thiel is also the co-founder of PayPal. He also funded J.D. Vance's Senate campaign by donating $10 million to help Vance advance to the Senate seat in Ohio. He also played a significant role in J.D. Vance being the vice president. So let's remember one thing. J.D. Vance was never a Trump fan. So who do you think influenced him to go and represent the Republican Party? Mr. Peter Thiel, ladies and gentlemen, Peter Thiel. To sum it up, Peter Thiel has donated millions of dollars for the rise of J.D. Vance. So again, I ask, was this book, The Giver, by Lois Lowry, the beginning of something that we never saw coming, but now it's right in our faces? And are we still paying attention to it? But you must begin to ask yourself, why would they push something so hard when it came out? Just to ban it nationwide. But now we're living it. We've been conditioned for mind control. But if you just set your sights and your mind and your heart and spirit on Christ, we can all overcome this. Are you with me?
This is the Palantir company where they're going to build security databases that have all of our information in them, right? That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
And it's going to have like everything. It'll like look at you and know like if you're good at tennis, or if you've ever, you know, if you have like if you have $60 in your pocket, or if you're, you know, it can tell if your kids are, you know, if your kids can have a limp or whatever, if he'll be in the Christmas play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It can tell all of that. And that feels real scary, man. Like to,
I get it.
To a regular guy on the street,
yeah.
that feels like we're going to give our society like we're going to become these, like they're going to have know everything about us. It makes you feel like you won't be a person anymore.
So far,
does that make sense?
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, isn't that a concern?
I mean, let me try to explain.
The irony of history would be that the man publicly worrying about the Antichrist accidentally hastens his or her arrival.
Look, there are all these different scenarios. I obviously don't think that that's what I'm doing.
I mean, to be clear, I don't think that's what you're doing either. I'm just interested in how you get to a world willing to submit to permanent authoritarian rule.
It's a great question. While Peter Thiel is warning that the Antichrist could bring totalitarianism by exploiting our desire for peace and safety, the company that he co-founded is building the tools for a totalitarian surveillance state based on our desire for peace and safety. Is it too late to stop this nightmare? The future. Tolkien, a devout Catholic, explored the dangers of unbridled power in a way that resonates with Thiel's ideas about the Antichrist. While the Antichrist invokes peace and safety, the corrupted wizard Saruman in Lord of the Rings implores his fellow wizard Gandalf to join forces with the dark entity Sauron. He invokes the values of knowledge, rule, order. Trump promised peace and safety when he took the stage to accept the Republican nomination in 2016.
Beginning on January 20th of 2017, safety will be restored.
Thiel, who was the first tech billionaire to back Trump, spoke at that convention.
Tonight, I urge all of my fellow Americans to stand up and vote for Donald Trump.
8 years later, Trump was back at the RNC, once again warning of a crisis and promising to restore peace and safety.
We will return law and order to our streets, patriotism to our schools, and importantly, we will restore peace, stability, and harmony all throughout the world.
The critique is not that it's weird and unnatural. It's so pathetically little. And okay, we want more than cross-dressing or changing your sex organs. We want you to be able to change your heart and change your mind and change your whole body. And then Orthodox Christianity, by the way, the critique Orthodox Christianity has of this is these things don't go far enough. Like the transhumanism is just changing your body, but you also need to transform your soul. You need to transform your whole self.